Hey everybody and welcome to a new One Piece video. Honestly, I didn't think I would be able to post this video because I encountered many personal problems, but the feeling of needing to do the Kuma flashback kinda pushed me through a bit. In a funny way, you could say that because of One Piece, I was able to deal with some of these issues faster. So without wasting time, let's get into it. One Piece 1135. It seems we're following the Hachinosu pattern where Shomatsu's episode is right before Koyama's. It's kinda similar to how Shishido and Wataru's episodes are mostly back to back. After giving us the incredible ending, Shomatsui helms a very important episode in the flashback, but surprisingly not alone, with assistance from co-series director Wataru Matsumi. But despite that, Shomatsui did most of the work, including the full storyboard. And this episode might actually be his magnum opus so far. My god, it was so beautiful. Let's break it down. The episode is just so atmospheric and cinematic. I've complained how some Egghead episodes look dry sometimes, but this one truly excels in its colors, lighting, and absolutely amazing music selection. Matsui is following his mentor's footsteps incredibly well, considering Koyama to me is one of the best at such departments. I liked how the fire reflection on Kuma forms a symbolic shot of the sun behind him, like a saint and a savior to these people. You can also see these cool close-ups with Kuma under the rain, similarly to Matsui's first episode with Brook. Digital layers to such close-ups remind me of Wit Studios' makeup animation. I'm not sure if it's the exact same thing, but it's something to notice in Matsui's effort to polish his episodes and meaningful shots through connections with other departments in the production. I think it's something the current series director Satoshi Ito used in Onigashima once. Matsui also really knows how to give each scene the appropriate colors and tone, whether it's during the evening, night, indoors, outdoors, and I really wished more directors would do the same. However, scenes inside the lab still look okay. I think the futuristic locations of the arc always look the same. They are very boring to me, in contrast to Wano's open sky, for example. It's really small environmental elements that can make a big difference sometimes. A prime example of that is when Bonnie escapes and feels the world outside. You kind of feel it with her. When she goes outside for the first time, something Mihawk fans should probably try once. But yeah, the beautiful music and the focus on the environment and Bonnie's feelings is wholesome stuff. Even in the comedic moments, Matsui makes it more comical and colorful. The scene with Bonnie crying because of the letters really hit hard, especially with the rearrangement of the classic soundtrack. The episode had amazing transitions as well, whether it's the eye point of view transitions, the cross-dissolve transitions from past to present, or Bonnie's tear towards the climax. I also love that Bonnie's perception of Nika's appearance as her father's silhouette as a shadow looms above her, giving her hope to fight back. The episode also had a classic One Piece feel to it. I particularly felt that with the paintings during Bonnie's birthday, but what truly stood out to me is Matsui's storyboard. It was very interesting, whether it's the tilted shots, the behind object shots, the Nika references through the sun behind the characters, point of views, the scale of the world surrounding Bonnie as she discovers it, the higher perspective shots. Such storyboards make the episode less dry and make it more immersive and full of life to me. So yeah, Sho Matsui will keep proving that he's one of the best directors, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Now let's get into the animation. The MVP animator of Kuma Flashback does amazing cuts for Luffy at the beginning, Naoto Shishida. Almost 2 minutes of great character acting and impact for the attacks. Shida animated Luffy's axe in the East Blue special against Arlong, so seeing it here was nice. I liked the acrobatic flips from Luffy, they were very energetic, and it's been very refreshing to see Shida do so many character acting cuts in the flashback in contrast to strictly action. There's even some cool background animation and lip synchronization, and I love how Shida draws debris. I like the character acting and soft artwork on Bonnie crying. It was done by an animator called Sadamoto. Another big highlight was Yu Yoshiyama's cuts on Alpha, Canada's cool animator with extremely aggressive and snappy timing. She really is perfect for CP agents, and she did a Lucci cut in early Egghead Part 2, some sinister facial expressions on Alpha and incredible effects. I particularly liked the cut of Alpha stylishly throwing away her coat, and it had very cool shading. Now to the big highlight, Tatsuya Miki is a hit. or miss for me, but he did incredible cuts for Bonnie's acting towards the end and the run with the background animation on the ship. But my favorite cuts of the episode were by Masami Mori's student Zig Huang-Lu. He previously animated incredible close-range combat for Bonnie in 1127, and his drawings here are phenomenal. I especially like the lack of shadows on these drawings. And although the actual punch lacked a bit of impact, I kind of find it a bit refreshing that not every punch feels earth-shattering with many impact frames. Though it did needed some weight, these lines are just so beautiful. And I absolutely loved how Lu animated Bonnie's hair. There's a particular cool cut with impressive three-dimensionality as the punch approaches alpha. Even the aftermath of the punch had cool liquid effects, and I liked how Bonnie reverting back is depicted. Overall, incredible episode. I'm conflicted whether this is the best episode of the flashback or the God Valley one is. Both are perfectly directed. But next episode is what I truly was dreaming of when the chapter first dropped. A first time duo. Drama Master, the Tear Drainer, Yasunori Koyama, one of our series directors, is helming the climax of the Kuma flashback, the legendary chapter. But to make it overkill, Masami Mori himself seems to be involved. The peak of drama meets the peak of drawings, and they team up on this legendary chapter. Koyama seems to be using a vintage TV style filter to emphasize the old events, and I think that gives these parts a distinct feeling. However, I do hope it doesn't harm the drawings overall. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. See you next time with this cinema that is One Piece 1136.